Hi, I'm Matt Roush, Senior TV Critic for TV Insider, and here's what's worth watching for the week of August 23rd. We're going to start with two cult comedies. The first is an animated comedy, which many people are familiar with. We're talking about Archer, which begins its 12th season, really incredible, 12th season on FXX. And this is the animated spy spoof, which is kind of like James Bond on acid. And now in the 12th season, these agents are beginning to feel their age a bit. They're being treated like dinosaurs because they don't know anything about brand management or public relations or social media, so they've been eclipsed by these big spy conglomerates. But always you've got Sterling Archer, who thinks he is all that. He really does think he's the reincarnation of James Bond, but they really aren't. They're mainly drunken fools. And this season is also significant because it's the final season for Jessica Walter, the great Jessica Walter from Arrested Development, who provided the voice of Sterling's mom and boss, Mallory Archer. She's still hilarious. She's still in her cups in every episode. She doesn't suffer fools gladly, but they're all fools on this Archer bus. That's why we love them. That's why we love to watch them. And the spy antics begin Wednesday on FXX. On Thursday, we have another cult comedy, or I think of it as a cult comedy. It's a show that a lot of people haven't discovered yet. The Other Two began its life on Comedy Central, but now, like many other shows, it has become a streaming series. The second season of The Other Two begins on HBO Max on Thursday. The Other Two refers to two siblings in New York, Brooke and Carrie, played by Helene York and Drew Tarver. These two siblings, brother and sister, have lived forever in the shadow of their more famous younger brother, Chase. He called himself Chase Dreams. He was this kid pop star coming out of nowhere, so they're living in his shadow in the first season. In the second season, Chase decided to go to college, so he's giving up his career, but now they're living in the shadow of their mother, their wacky mother, Pat, who's gotten herself a daytime talk show. And so once again, she's only talking about her kids on television. These kids would rather be forgotten, but neither one of them are any good at what they do. They are truly born losers in the big city, but the fact that Pat has become so popular, and she talks about her kids all the time, there's a lot of angles of humor here. It's kind of got a Seinfeld-esque quality to the humor here. It's very snarky, very funny, kind of dark, but if you're in the mood for that kind of humor, The Other Two is really going to lay you out. It's a very funny show. First season is streaming on HBO Max. Second season begins streaming on Thursday. Highly recommend it. On a completely different note, we have a documentary beginning on Wednesday on Netflix, which is about somebody almost everybody is familiar with. The show is called Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal, and Greed. Oh my. It's like, because we all know Bob Ross. Who hasn't spent a half hour sort of just basking in the dulcet tones of this afro-haired painter as he dabs paint on a canvas and walks us through landscapes as they come to life in front of our eyes. The Joy of Painting aired from the 1984 to 93. There were like 400 episodes of it. And we've watched it on PBS when we had nothing better to do, but he's also a very calming presence. Of course, he died back in 1995, so Bob Ross has basically been, his legacy has been all of these episodes of The Joy of Painting. But as we discover in this documentary, there is a dark side to his legacy, that Bob Ross's business partners, they schemed to control his business and also to illegally license his products. If you love Bob Ross as much as many of us do, I think this is going to be a must-see documentary on Netflix beginning to air on Wednesday. This is Matt Roush for TV Insider. For more news, reviews, and what's hot in streaming, check out TV Insider today. If you enjoy these reviews on TV Insider, hit subscribe.